Why do good salespeople outgrow their environments? It's a great question, so glad you asked. Good salespeople outgrow their environments for a couple of reasons. Either they are successful enough and want to move up, ambitious enough to move up, and companies tell them that there's no room for them to move up. They don't have any room for that, so basically they're going to end up staying in the current position that they're in for an extended amount of time, if not forever, and they're not willing to do that. So they're like, you know what, I've worked too hard to be able to do what I do, and I don't want to just sit in this role forever. And so you lose them that way. The other way that you lose them, though, and I know because I've lost really good salespeople because of this right here. You hire a salesperson in, and maybe they have some experience, maybe they don't, okay? But when you hire a person in sales, you should hire them, knowing that they have the skill set to actually be able to learn the job or be able to excel in that role, all right? So then what happens is you train them up, you mentor them up, you get them to where they are producing at the level that you need them to, and a lot of times they're exceeding that level, okay? And most of the time they've been hired in at either an entry-level marketing salary position, or they've kind of been hired maybe 10 to 15,000 below what an experienced marketing person, salesperson is hired in at, not including their bonus, commission. That's extra. That's not guaranteed. We don't talk about that. In fact, I hate 100% commission jobs for good reason. So what happens is they excel. Somebody's always looking to hire a good salesperson and pay them more money. It is what it is. So some company will come along, they'll say, hey, I like you, I like what you do, come over, do it for us, and guess what, we're going to give you $15,000 more. We're going to give you $20,000 more a year, plus your commission and your bonus. And guess what, maybe your number structure is going to look a little bit better and be easier to hit. I have seen companies not counter those offers and let really good salespeople go that excelled at a competitor or in another scope of practice within the same industry. I lost one several years ago that was hired in at a decent rate, but it was, I don't want to say entry level. It wasn't entry level. It was probably about 10 to 15,000 below what a tenured rep would make. And I knew he could do the job when I hired him. That's why I hired him. And so brought him in, trained him, mentored him. He was producing well. He turned that facility around. The numbers were great. Lo and behold, competitor comes through. Hey, dude, we'll give you $20,000 more a year plus your bonus. So, of course, I take it back to leadership, and guess what they tell me? It's not in the budget. We're not giving him $20,000 more a year. So you're willing to lose a great salesperson who's grounded and knows the facility, knows the company. You love him. Referral sources love him, and you're willing to let him go because you're not willing to counter. Correct. Guess what? Put his notice in. He understood. He didn't have any ill will towards me. Put his notice in, went to a competitor, and now he owns his own company. When you hire these folks in and they excel at that level, you have to be willing to counter and keep them, or they're going to leave. Because if you really look at that amount of money that you're not countering, the amount of money you're spending to train a new individual every time they come in, or overwhelming someone else to do that job until you can fill a position, it's going to cost you more than just giving them the annual bump. It is what it is.